So it's now day 4 of non-stop rain. Like all night, all day, can't leave your house. Because if you get wet, here's how you dry your clothing. See those lines right there? Yeah. That's what we hang our clothing on. So if it's raining and you get wet, how are you going to dry your clothes if it's raining? So needless to say, doing laundry frequently can become a struggle. If you have to leave the house and go somewhere, you only have your trusted umbrella, and actually if you don't have one of these, you're in trouble, because this protects you from the rain, but it also protects you from the sun. So if you're not getting drenched, you're getting scorched. It's kind of the happy balance here in Cuba. Like today we're supposed to go get some papers from downtown to update my visa and to get a police record check for Sandra for part of the application to get her into Canada. And it's just been raining and raining and raining and raining. And here's the risk. We could risk go on the bus and go downtown. It takes about an hour to get there because you got to take one bus here and take another bus there, and you get like 50 people onto a 20-person bus, and it's crazy, and you're like shoved up against the wall, and it's horrible. And we could do that, but because it's raining, the workers might not be there. They might go, "Hey, it's raining. I'm not going to go today," because hey, if you're only getting paid 50 cents a day, are you really all that motivated to go to work and actually do your job? No, I wouldn't be. So it's kind of like, do we take the risk? Do we go through all that effort and waste half a day? Do we wait for the sun? It's been 4 days now of waiting. It's kind of one of those things. One of those things you got to get used to in Cuba, I guess, if you live here. So I get a lot of questions asked to me. When is Sandra coming? When can you bring her to town and back to Canada? And well, it's a bit more complicated than you might assume, because the way it works here is you're almost not allowed to leave the country. I mean, you're allowed, but they're going to do like everything to just make it extremely inconvenient. For example, this is our application to get her to Canada as my wife. Now what it involves are plane ticket receipts, hotel receipts. I need to get a whack load of photos. I need to get police record checks. I need to get health checks. I need to get photocopies of our marriage certificate, birth certificate, passports, all of these things. And every one of these forms is at a different office somewhere in Cuba. Either in Veradero, which is in a different city than us, or we got to go to Havana, which is 2 hours away. And you go there, you sign the papers, and then you come back, and then you have to go back to Havana to pick them up or to pay for it like 2 or 3 weeks later. So you're just like running everywhere, and it's insane. And this is one thing that I heard that is absolutely crazy. This is a marriage certificate. This is our marriage certificate. So we had to go down to Veradero and we had to get all these papers signed. And first I had to exchange the money, which I ended up losing a ton of money on in the exchange rate because the Canadian dollar is horrible down here, I guess. And so we went there, we paid this, and then we had to go back to Matanzas, and then we had to go back to Veradero like a month later to pick up the papers. Now we go back downtown to find another sheet, but here's what we got to do. See this little stamp right here? If I don't have this stamp, which is like 10 cents, plus $60, it doesn't work. But the thing is, they don't sell this stamp anywhere convenient. So it's like somewhere downtown in a post office underneath some rocks, somewhere, like it's that inconvenient. It's crazy. It's driving us nuts. But we will break free. We will bring her to Canada eventually. It's just one of those processes you have to commit to. I think it's a test to see if you actually love each other, to see if you really want to be together. They're just going to put everything in the way. As soon as the right people get this in their hands, the clock starts. It's about 10 months for it to get approved. But in order to get this into their hands and have it ready, it's about a 2-year process, or so it feels. And so it's been interesting.